Hey guys, Omni here. Welcome back. We're about to dive into episode 5 of Halo the series. We're at the halfway point now. We've got only 4 episodes left before the season comes to a close. In the last episode, John has uncovered some hidden memories of his own, of his past, some of which Halsey definitely did not want him to see after they returned to his homeworld to find the other piece connecting to this artifact that they've discovered. And they find it. But at this point, throughout the discovery, it does seem like the rift is growing and the trust is diminishing between Halsey and John in this situation, while it parallels some things that we learn through Miranda as she has a surprising friendship that develops between her and Kai back on Reach, as Kai has followed suit as John has and removed her pellet, starting to express herself in ways a Spartan probably shouldn't. Miranda's kind of picking up on some suspicious activity, but the two start to bond, both being children of Halsey. And it was actually really endearing. I really like that whole storyline. And it kind of opens us up a little bit more about Miranda and how she views her mother, as well as gives us some more insight on how her mother views humans in general and her distaste for things that she can't control, which at this point is definitely John. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, Kwan and Sora are just kind of running around their Madrigal, just kind of getting more people killed. We'll see where that goes. Now there's a magical tribe out in the desert we need to go talk to. We'll see where that leads. But guys, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. So if you're part of the 62% of people that are watching the channel, you're not yet subscribed, maybe by the end of this, if you enjoy the reaction, I really hope you decide to hit that button, subscribe, and leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me out in the long run with the channel. That said, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode or any of the previous ones, you can check those out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access to those as well. Help support the channel, helps us grow, improve, and expand the types of reactions that we bring to you guys here on the YouTubes. But of course, I know now we can do that, and a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, and helping us with that YouTube algorithm. That all said and down the way, guys, let's hop into episode 5, Reckoning. Here we go. Oh, great. Flashback.
They also like to have fun.
I'm playing King of the Hill? No. Close enough, though. Oh, damn.
Are you okay?
I think it's wonderful. How about you, John? What do you think?
Yeah, seems good. Yeah.
I'll take you back by way of the E.
If there's nothing else you require, we've been ordered to rejoin Master Chief on the ground.
Good luck out there, Kai.
You too, man. I'll help you find what you're looking for.
I hear you're running your own team now. I figure it's time to show everybody what you can do.
Aw.
Including your mother.
Master Chief, about this artifact. Analysis of its field physics suggests the energy it can produce is far greater than that of the magical artifact.
Until I've run some more tests, I'd like you to stay away from it. Understood?
No response. Yeah, we'll see about that. I do feel like the show is finally starting to kind of pick up pace a little bit.
We're not gonna miss that transport ship.
Well, you can go. I'm not done here. Hey, I'm going to free Madrigal even if I'm the only one left to fight.
Oh my god.
You belong to me now.
Wait, what? You can't do this.
You owe me. Who knows? Might make a half-decent pirate out of you.
We found it. Yes. Estimate on how long it will take to cut it out?
I don't think it will take that long.
Aiden, what do you think?
Not very long, Doctor. Do you ever wonder what they want?
Who?
Covenant.
They want what's in their cave.
Yeah, but what do they really want? Do you ever wonder?
Isn't understanding your enemy like a kind of a big thing to like warfare?
I wonder if all that gun grease in your hair didn't seep down into your brain. asking me dumbass questions like that.
What are you looking at? Oh yes, I noticed that too. It's a nice color on her.
He knows.
Take off your helmet.
Why?
Take it off. When did you remove your pellet?
After I saw you remove yours.
I can't clear you for combat, Kai.
Oh, that is...
You're a danger to yourself and to others.
Chief, I haven't forgotten how to fight.
You're grounded, Kai.
What the
Report
fuck?
back to Dr. Key's ship and don't step off until we get back to Reach.
You removed your pellet? If I'm so dangerous, what's that make you?
Yeah. Come on, John. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Can I just say that I'm proud of Kai for standing up for herself?
Yeah.
Studies show a little pushback is healthy in any working relationship.
Ah, okay. I was like, God damn it. Can we stop cutting back here? All right. They're here. Man, I loved how the elites look in this, man. No? Okay. Persistence pays off, I guess.
I cannot afford a Spartan with an identity crisis.
It's under control.
No, it's not. John remembers Catherine in his house while his parents were alive.
Now you've put all of us at risk. I'm cutting you off.
I wonder what Admiral Hood will have to say about that. He'll obviously be worried about his own liability. He'll be looking for a scapegoat.
Are you really trying to blackmail us?
I want Miranda taken off the entire project. Her hands are clean. I want to keep them that way.
Miranda's not gonna see that as a thing to accept, because this is kind of her chance. And if it gets taken away from her, who knows? We'll see what happens there, but... Oh, what the fuck? Oh, nice.
This is incredible. The noise that came from the artifact wasn't random, Dad.
So what was it?
It was a signal.
Miranda, you're being taken off the project.
Yeah, here it is.
I hear you're making great advancements with linguistic research. Stick with that. But the artifact stays with Halsey.
Cortana,
Still here,
He
you have
knows.
access to the entirety of human knowledge, isn't that right?
with room to spare.
Great. Tell me about my adoption.
There are no archives on the origin of the Spartan program.
Why not?
I don't know. Chief, what are you doing?
Touching the...
Way to know.
Yep.
The artifact could kill you.
You kidnapped me. You replaced me with something.
You need to listen to me. I know you have a lot of questions. We need to get back to Reach with the artifact. And I promise I will explain everything. Okay?
Shutting down Neural Bridge.
Oh. Oh my god. I feel really bad for this iteration of John, man. Are you kidding me?
Where is she?
I can't tell you that.
Cortana, I swear, if you don't get out of my head, I will...
Slip space rupture detected.
Uh-oh. They're here. Dude. Banshees!
Pioneer's been hit. We have no air support.
Then join the fight!
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, God.
Chief, orders are to get the artifact to Dr. Key's ship.
Move, move, move! Get all non-combatants into the cave.
Yes, sir!
Dude, fuck off, that dude. They're basically putting them all in a kill box, though. If they have to run with this thing, everybody that's left behind is just going to get slaughtered in there.
Pod doors opening. Infantry incoming.
Oh, God. Alright. Dude, I'm glad we're getting jackals! Grunts!
Covenant lances in our escape path.
Yes!
Jackal at 2 o'clock. Switch to secondary.
I know how the game is played, Cortana.
Haha. When the tutorial keeps popping up and you're like, dude, I've played this game 1,000 times. Oh! 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 You got misted, dude.
Captain, I'm moving upslope to the landing zone.
Oh no, well, shit. Dude, man. Oh my God. She actually feels some concern. Oh no. She's feeling too much right now. Snap out of it. Your shields.
John, stay on mission.
I can't let her die.
Dude! Oh my God. Holy shit. Dude. Jeez. This is what he wanted to do to Halsey.
Covenant spirit incoming.
Dude. Oh, shit. Oh, good Lord. It looks so good. Go up, go up, go up with him. Go after him. Ah, great. Damn. Oh, God. She's gonna try another play like she did on the other ship. Yeah, here we go.
A human life form.
Make it look good. She looks like nothing happened to her. God, he's splattered in guts and blood. All right, now that was a decent episode. Holy shit. Oh, John is not in a good mood. I feel bad for Kai though, with John like coming down on her for not being battle ready when he's going through the same thing. Though he ended up being right, and he was battle ready, even if he was getting a little excessive. So I guess his concerns were founded in the end. And I feel bad for Miranda, man, with everything going in, because clearly Jacob's involved in Halsey's plot. I mean, he was there when they were scoping out the place. He may not have been, at least in John's memory, when she was visiting their home, but he was there with her walking around scoping out the installation. And I love how Halsey's just like, that's cool, man, but what about it? You know, what about Hood? You know, he might want to know when they try to call in and shut down Halsey and all this stuff. And he's like, all right. So starts blackmailing everybody. And I was like, oh, classic. But yeah, man, the escalation of events is it's picking up. Like I like what it's been doing so far with all of that. I still do not care about what is going on Madrigal. And they didn't even like connect those storylines, you know? I thought that was going to be the direction they'd go with that, to bring Kwan and Sora into the story, but nah, they're still on a detour, completely doing a completely irrelevant thing. At least for now, until we find out what this secret magic desert people's mission was or is. I still think it's going to somehow be tied back into the protection of this keystone, or maybe something deeper within Madrigal, or something else all entirely. Maybe the Halo ring itself. But she's just making things difficult for everybody at every turn. But I'm glad most of this episode was spent with John, Cortana, Kai, Miranda, and that whole spiel. And we got everybody in one place on that front, on the UNSC side of things. Looking into the artifact, what it's doing, thing is sending out a signal, which, yeah, it did. It called out to the other installation back on Madrigal, which led them here so they can make off with that keystone. Seeing like in the first assault we only saw elites. We only saw Sangheili, so it was nice seeing like pretty much everything this time around. You know, no hunters or I think that's the only media thing that I can think of that we're missing. You know, we saw jackals, grunts, and we got ourselves a brute there at the end, gravity hammer and all of its ferocity as well. Dude, it was just seeing all the stuff like come out at the end, all the things that it was like, oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. I know what that is. It was just awesome. The action was intense. I thought it was well animated as well for the most part. And I love just because like the John jumping out there, like had he just been going against following orders in this continuity, going for following orders or whatever, he would have just left Kai to die. He would have just completed the mission. Think about John and the Alpha timeline, the primary timeline. He would have completed the mission and found a way to save his teammate. That's just who he is. And it's always been who he is as a Spartan, no matter what. That's like the only thing that I'm just like, what? That's the only thing that still bothers me about his characterization in this, with this inhibitor whole thing that they've implanted into the story for it. But it is what it is. It's fine. I think it works here with the story they're telling. It's just, I think John would have done that either way, one way or the other. Kai seemed to be overwhelmed with everything that was going on around her, seeing all the death, the blood, the gore, the people losing their lives. And it unlike the last time she was in battle, when she had her inhibitor chip in there, she didn't feel anything. She didn't feel remorse, regret, or any of the such panic. And now she's like, she's gotten to know people. She's got to connect. She's got to feel things. And then that overwhelmed her here. There are some implications about that. They can be problematic, but we'll see what the reaction is overall, considering John kind of made it through all of this just fine, except the only emotional outburst that he had was the uncontrollable need to thunder punch the shit out of Halsey. And Cortana turned his brain off mid-punch. See, I wonder where all that's going to kind of all pay off. Because there's a lot of that tension and storyline that they're clearly building in here for drama. don't know. I like it though. I really like this episode. We also had a slight bit of humanity come from Halsey when she saw her daughter's ship get exploded, and there was a genuine look of concern to the point she actually went out into the open to go make sure Miranda got out of there. So a little bit of humanity in there. Some, I guess. We'll see. Can't bury it at all, it seems. And then we have our Blessed One pulling the same, a similar play as she played with that ship they invaded with the hunters here. I still think it's kind of funny, though, that they were like, make it look good or whatever she said, and then they didn't do anything. The only thing they did was send the escape pod down, and she just fell out of it and fainted. So we'll see how that goes. Master Chief and the other Blessed One will be crossing paths in the next episode. I'm curious if we'll dive into their relationship more. What connects them? Is it just that they've both touched these monoliths at a young age, or is it something deeper than that? I know some people are speculating, like maybe this will be, they're going to give John a sister, and maybe they'll be connected like that. I don't know if they'll go that route. I kind of feel like it's probably just going to be something as clear-cut as they've kind of been chosen by these artifacts, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'm glad, because we haven't had a lot of action in a while, that we actually had like a pretty solid and extensive action set piece in this episode. That was kind of one of the things I was kind of expecting in this episode, to be honest, one from the title, and two, because it was shorter. And one thing I've learned from watching a lot of the Disney Plus streaming services shows is that usually when you got a shorter episode, it's because they are banging out their budget in that episode. So I expected something to kind of happen in here, and it did, and it was awesome, man. I love that little moment where he's running into battle and she's trying to give him advice, and he's like, I know the game, Cortana. And it just made me chuckle. Like, it literally made me think of those annoying ass pop-ups for the tutorial. Like if you're doing like a new game plus on something, or you're starting over the game from the beginning, and it's the tutorials are just popping up on you and reminding you how to play the game, even though you've got all the achievements already. And you're like, dude, I've played this 1,000 times. I know how to shoot the trigger. Sorry, pull the trigger. Anyway, yeah, I like this episode. Still some minor gripes with some of the progression. But we'll see. We got 4 episodes left to go, but I think I'm glad it's picking up, because because we need to get the ball rolling a little bit. We need to get these plot threads converging, and right now the only one that is still kind of off on its own is Kwan and Soren's storyline and how that's going to connect in. And it still dumbfounds me that her concern is primarily this thing that is not going to matter at all if the Covenant is not stopped. Like, she literally witnessed them wipe out her entire thing, and she's like blaming the UNSC still. She's still going on like that mission is still relevant right now. That I'm siding with Byrne. I'm siding with Byrne Gorman right here. And I don't even think he knows what exactly happened at their little camp. I mean, he's taking advantage of the whole thing, obviously, for his own benefit, his own safety, his own status by joining with the UNSC. But inadvertently, I mean, he's kind of taking the right path, I think, right? At least for now, because that's the primary concern. I mean, they literally witnessed, it still boggles my mind, they literally witnessed all of the things that they thought were false or true or made up about the UNSC firsthand. And she's still like, I'm gonna fuck everything up. I mean, she's getting more of her followers killed. She's getting more of her father's family and lieutenants killed. She's probably going to get Sora and Borderline killed. She's got assassins after her. She's not making anything better right now. It's just like, and I just still think her priorities are just completely backwards right now. Like, I get where she's coming from, but like, there's a much bigger picture here that she's just ignoring. She's a kid, I get it, but my God, she's going to such lengths and dragging so many people through the mud. I cannot sympathize with her anymore. But we'll see. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Man, how's that going to rope back in though? Because we were bringing Blessed One here to get that, and then they never crossed paths, and then they just kind of came to Madrigal and left, leaving them and their little pocket story all by itself. It's got to come back into the fold somehow, but how? Well, I don't know. We got 4 episodes to figure it out, I guess. The actress is great though. She's doing a great job in there. It's just the character is so fucking frustrating. Sora just needs to knock her the fuck out and just drape her over the back of that bike. Anyway, and the fact that she got the jump on him, man. It's not like this was like Dune and like the Dune, like these were sand dunes where the sand is just so fine. That's some rough, chunky dirt and rocks that is on Madrigal. Like the fact that she was able to completely submerge her body under the rock is kind of hilarious to me, and the fact that Soren just got the jump on. We'll see, man. The Chief stuff though, I think that's all pretty interesting, and like I said, surprisingly enough, I've been really taken with what they've been doing with Kai and Miranda. I don't know, that last episode, it really won me over, and I really want to make sure they're okay. I really want to see them kind of blossom. I want to see Silver Team kind of come together, because now it's in a way somewhat fracturing, because they're not seeing eye to eye anymore. And I think that's kind of apparent, like when Kai was talking to, I don't remember the other two's names right now. We barely deal with them. I think one dude starts with a V or something. Can't remember the names, but when she was talking about the Covenant, what they want and all this stuff, and he was like, "You're acting funny. Stop it, dumbass." And I was like, "Chill, dude." Because I feel like she's got a point. I mean, even in like the books and stuff, they studied the Covenant and they knew at least somewhat of what they believed. They were trying to understand their goals, but here it's like, we don't care. Just point and aim us. It was like a whole, like the way they study war, the art of war, the tactics, understanding your enemy and all that stuff, and being like part of their training. It's like, seems like that would be something you'd be interested in. Why they are after us, why they're trying to kill us, what their goal is. Like that helps you understand your enemy, and you build strategies around that, bait them into certain areas by using things that might draw them out. It helps you get in the headspace of your enemy, predict what they're going to do next. And I don't know, I just think that, I don't know, I found that whole interaction kind of weird. And again, like, we're just like morally compromising so many people are already morally compromised at this point. So we'll see like how Jacob has kind of been pulled into this whole situation, trying to cover it up and kind of injuring the somewhat still intact relationship he has with his daughter right now by having to cover his own ass, cover Halsey's ass. And even though it is to protect her, because if anything happens, anything's exposed about this project, and if Miranda knows anything, that could implicate her in it, in the downfall of it as well. So I get that. From a father's standpoint, he's trying to keep her out of it. But yeah, sorry, I'm just working through my train of thought here, going through some of the plot threads. That one I'm fine with. It's just like, I like Keyes a lot as a character, and I like him in this so far that we've seen him be as like a father. And I think it's I just feel bad, man. I just feel bad for so many people right now. And they've given Cortana like immeasurable power over John, which is another whole departure, because there was like I've mentioned this in the previous episodes. You know, the way she functions, you know, in the game lore was like she's not implanted in his skull. Like she's basically just a chip. You know, we even saw the chip when she was introduced. And they like dismantled it and shoved it inside his brain instead. Because normally how it has been set up in the past and is like, you know, that's her housing. That's where she resides. She can be plugged into the ship. But when John needs to take her, he plugs her into the helmet. And we focus on that spot in the helmet, like the AI slot on the helmet. That's what that thing is in the back, that little circle with the lines through it or whatever. On the back of his helmet, that's where the AI goes. But they took it like a step further, because there's that degree of separation. It does connect to his like neural strand threads or whatever, connects to his brain through the helmet, the integration of the suit into his neural network. So they do have that connection, but like they took that a whole step further, and he can't even get away from her. There's no disconnection. She's in his mind, not full stop. And there's no firewall, there's no protection for John whatsoever with her in there. Can't turn her off, can't get her out. Creates a completely different dynamic. And while throughout this episode, it did seem like she was legitimately trying to help him, and maybe she's learning. Maybe she will start to kind of sway into his journey and help him learn what he needs to learn. And in the end, maybe she'll learn some kind of sympathy for what she's kind of doing at this point, taking her orders straight from Halsey like that. But I don't know, man, because like she just shut his brain off, man. It just goes to show that some of what Halsey said has not been a lie. Like if Cortana was instructed to, she could turn him into a zombie and just be Master Chief herself. So that's a scary concept to think about, but I did like this episode. I like this episode quite a bit. I don't know. I still think maybe last episode might have been my favorite episode of the season so far. Episode 1 was still pretty strong, but I really liked the last episode. And episode 3, that was really good too. But man, the action in this one, it's a tough call, man. I did like it. And I still have, like I said, I still have my criticisms. I still have some things that I'm not sold on completely yet. But I'm still on board to see where they go with certain things. But I don't know what the plan is with this Kwan thing, but I'd like to know what's going on, where that's leading, so I can hopefully stop being kind of bothered by it detracting from everything else that seems to be much more important going on in the world right now. But that's where I'm at right now, guys. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the episode down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join us in our Discord. We could talk about it there as well. Links to that and all my socials are down below. Follow me on each and every one of those. If you want to see the full-length, unedited reaction to this, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. And speaking of, before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny, Sherritt, Ryan, Karen, Philly Vane, Yori, Corey, Scott, Margaret, Grace, Mary, Bradley, Nate, Proudy, and Melita. Thank you guys, as always, for your continued support, and everybody who's been tuning in and supporting this series and the channel itself. But that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you all either in the next video or in the next episode of Halo. Take care, everybody.